I have no idea what it is, man, but I just cannot forget about myself. I can't forget about myself. I keep thinking about myself. I keep considering myself, and it's just this self-awareness of myself that is like, dude, I wish I didn't know who I was. I wish how do I say? I wish I could consciously lose track of myself, but I can't. I can't. I'm fully aware, and I think with that awareness, it gets hard to give myself grace. It gets hard to allow myself to be imperfect. If that makes sense, if that's getting across. The thing about it though, right? It's like when something goes wrong, when something doesn't work out in my favor, I'm the guy to blame. It's me. I did it, or I didn't do something. Something happened in my arena that caused things to not play out in my favor. And I know problems exist out there in the world, but I just feel like those problems are always going to be there. So I better figure out myself. I better make sure I'm doing what I got to do to give myself a fighting chance, the best fighting chance. That's just kind of how it breaks down to me. But it gets a point where I think it's hello. Basically, I forgot where I was, right? But what I did do, I asked ChatGPT, who very very close friends. I asked them like, what do you think about me? Like how do you what are some of my flaws? What do you think is deterring me? You know. No, it really hit on the nail. One of the things they gave back to me was called perfectionistic reset impulses. It says when something feels misaligned, your instinct to tear it down and rebuild can undermine progress that only needed refinement. The intolerance for imperfection can slow growth under the guise of protecting integrity. And I'm not gonna lie, they were being very honest. They were being very truthful. Is that their pronoun? What's ChatGPT's pronouns? I think you got to start asking these questions nowadays. But yeah, I do that a lot where I build something up and then I'm like, take it down. Take it down. Maybe I have a better idea, or maybe I feel like I could just do better. But instead of building on that thing that I've already started and created, I want to just take it all out and just start over. It's kind of example on this channel. But one thing I've told myself on this channel was that I just gotta build on it, right? I'm not allowed to go back and delete videos, which I haven't done. I don't want to say yet, but I feel the need to say yet, but I won't say yet because it won't be done at all. But yeah, I haven't done that, and I gotta keep it together. I gotta keep it together. It's gonna look ugly in the beginning. Actually, it was a pretty good start because this is like the third, fourth channel. Like, so I still got skills, right? And so my beginning videos, my first videos, they weren't bad, right? So, but even then, I feel like I just like consistency. Like I like somebody to go to a page, and then if they were to like see the beginning, they would like see something where it's like consistent all throughout, right? And I guess that's a lie, but at the same time, I'm not trying to showcase anything other than something that's aesthetically pleasing. And so it's not like I'm hiding from my mistakes or I'm hiding from a past version of me that I don't agree with anymore. It really just aesthetic purposes. I do a lot of thought goes into thumbnails and to making things look how do I say, look like it did before. Just like that repeated image that I like to show. But yeah, I guess I gotta work on that. I guess I gotta work on that. It really is hard to forget about myself, though, and that's something I'm continuously working on, trying to get better at. Again, giving myself grace, and I've gotten better at that over the course of this summer into this fall, where I gotta breathe, right? I practice breathing. I practice. staying present, and that's what's allowed me to be as consistent as I've been on this page, on this channel. But there's still that anxiety that kind of looms in the background or looms over my head. It's pretty present, but I try to, you know, push it back there. But it's just like, okay, so one thing, right? One thing about me, I'm not able to like forget about myself, to like put myself outside of the picture unless I'm intoxicated, unless I'm drunk or, woozy, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, but I also don't like to go into that space. Not because I don't it's not a moral confliction. It's more so like I don't want to rely on that. It goes back to my other video where it talked about being addicted to not being addicted to anything, right? And so I noticed that I'm much more open, much more loving, much more caring when I'm under the influence. But it's also, I don't want, because the thing is, it's like those things act as a detriment to your biology, right? To your body, to you as a person. And so I don't want to rely on something that at the same time kills me, And so I'm just trying to build up that version of myself, I guess. Trying to find a way around myself, and find a way to allow myself to make mistakes. But it's hard. It's just hard. When you see yourself doing something, you question yourself, should I be doing this? Or should I not be doing this? Every action, everything in which I participate in, I'm asking myself, should I be doing this? Or should I not be? Does this help me get to my goal, right? And my goal sits at the top, right? My idea of being secure in life. But it's also the part or the fact where I'm not on my own right now. So until I get to the point where I'm living on my own, I'm providing for myself, I'm not relying on anybody else, um I'm not gonna be able to let loose, right? Because I think if I let loose right now, it would give a false impression of my ability to take care of myself. So that's a big part of it. Wow, that just hit me. That's a big part of it. Until I'm on my own, I don't think I'll be able to like allow myself to just be, right? But anywho, I don't want to make this longer than it is or what it could be. So I'm just gonna end it right here. Make sure to leave a like. Make sure to subscribe. If you're not gonna do any of that, at the very least, please do leave a comment down below. What are you guys' flaws? You guys. What are y'all's? We're in the South right now. What are y'all's flaws? No, that doesn't sound. You know what I'm asking. I'm not gonna try to explain it. Answer down below.